What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Crouch Jog Podcast. I'm Jay.
And I'm Rob.
So, Rob, what's going on, man?
What's going on? Well, for now, I've been playing a lot of Metal Gear.
Still on that Metal Gear.
Yeah, it's a long game, dude. And I've been I've been busy with a lot of stuff, school and other hobbies. So
Of course.
I haven't been able to really put a whole lot of time into Metal Gear. And on top of that, I played a lot of Metal Gear at first because I put like 40 hours in that game or something, and I'm only like 28% done.
Damn.
I'm probably almost halfway through the story, and I still got a ton of side ops to do. So I mean, there's a lot to the game, and it's just for me. It's
how long is it?
I don't know. It's really long. But
all right. No, yeah.
But yeah, it's
I
becoming
hear
one of
ya.
those games that I can only play in spurts. Like I'll jump on and I'll play like a story mission, a couple side ops, and then I'll stop. Which, to be fair, a story mission and a couple side ops is like 2 or 3 hours. But
Yeah. No, I hear you. I actually watched Ryan play, not like a couple days ago, and it actually looks like a lot of fun, like late game stuff.
Yeah.
Where he was like sliding around on this box and like running super fast because he had like upgraded boots or something. I don't even know. It was pretty nuts. So it looks like a lot of fun, especially later games. So
it's good stuff.
I'm pretty excited about it. So
And aside from that, I really haven't been playing anything else, I don't think. So what about you?
So just Metal Gear. Because of my computer issues, I haven't been playing too much of anything. Besides stuff that's on consoles. I've been playing, to be honest, I've been playing a lot of Mega Man Legacy Collection. Just like randomly while talking to friends and stuff on PlayStation. And then of course like still doing Gears multiplayer, just competitive, but I have, like Metal Gear Solid and like Mad Max stuff on PC, but my PC's just bumming out on me still. So I still haven't gotten that problem fixed. So yeah, unfortunately I haven't been able to play those two juggernauts, but I've been playing all the little small stuff like Mega Man Legacy Collection and some Gears multiplayer, which I am in love with. But that's basically it on my end. So yeah, so today we do not have a third person. So it's going to be a pretty quick little shindig here.
Yep, no third person, sadly, as much as we would like one.
Mm-hmm.
So on to the
show on the
news,
road.
right?
Show on the road, man.
Okay, this
show on the
one's-
road.
Okay, this one, don't cry, but Persona 5 has been delayed.
Oh, I did hear about that. Oh, fucking
to
hell, dude.
Summer of 2016.
Yeah, I know.
I think that's good. For me, it's good because summer is usually kind of a drought area, and
It's honestly, it's kind of perfect because then I don't have to worry about school.
right. Well, it depends if it's the end of summer.
That's true. If it's the end of summer, then I will cry. I will
Yeah, like
legit
you get
cry
you.
because that would just be awful. But yeah, to the end of summer. I don't even know what to say about that, man. Like that trailer though. Did you see the trailer?
I haven't watched nothing on it.
Oh man, the Tokyo Game Show trailer, dude. It looks absolutely fucking amazing, man. It looks so fucking good. I can't fucking wait. Like,
Well,
I can't
I
even
don't
express.
really know a whole lot about Persona, but I am like interested in getting this one. So I'll probably end up watching the
definitely
Persona
should.
4 anime to
Yeah, you definitely
at least
should.
get a
You
feel
should
for it.
definitely watch it.
I actually looked up Disgaea 5, and I actually wasn't. I was kind of interested in getting it because everyone says Disgaea is so good, but
Yeah.
I watched like a trailer for it, and I'm like, the voice acting is very like the voice acting and like the dialogue is very anime cliche, like anime tropes galore, and
Mhm.
I couldn't take it. I'm like, there's no way I could play a game where the dialogue is like this. So it's like,
Yeah, no, I feel you.
and by I know that's very vague, but
No, I've seen a lot of the Disgaea games, and I think I said on the last podcast I played a couple of them. But I'm not the biggest fan, but I do know people that like it a lot, and what you're saying is completely correct.
So next we have Star Fox Zero is delayed to the first quarter of 2016.
Oh boy, Star Fox Zero. Here we go again. I don't even want to get back into that, but
I don't know. I mean,
it still looks terrible to me. But I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's just look at it from the perspective that Star Fox Zero is one of the Wii U's, one of its exclusives that was supposed to be coming out this holiday, and they pushed it back. So that leaves more of a barren wasteland for the Wii U. What do they got
That's
coming
true.
out? Do we know what we got? I know in the other podcast we kind of mentioned that they announced it all at once, but I can't even remember what they are.
Wasn't Xenoblade Chronicles coming out this year?
Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles December 4th, which I'm actually getting.
Yeah, so that looks really cool. I saw the last podcast you were talking about the gameplay that you saw of it and everything, and I checked it out myself after the podcast, and that game looks awesome. Like, I am not a big, Nintendo has kind of lost me, as I've said before as well. Like, Nintendo just lost me. I'm not interested in literally anything that they put out, besides like a couple stuff that I could just kind of drink and play with my friends on the occasion, you know what I mean? Like, just like short little party games like Smash Brothers or Mario Kart, and we get super hammered or whatever. And other than that, like, Nintendo, there's literally no reason I've ever wanted to buy a Wii U, like, myself,
Except now.
And then now, that Xenoblade, that looks awesome, dude. That will win me back. I won't buy a Wii U, but my roommate has a Wii U, and I'll just use his to play. But that definitely has piqued my interest more than literally anything that has ever come out on the Wii U.
Oh yeah, it looks really freaking cool. Actually, what really sucks is I really want to play Xenoblade Chronicles, like the original, not Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But the only two platforms it's out on is the Wii, which
and the new 3DS, right?
I don't have a Wii anymore, and I don't feel like I don't like playing stuff on the Wii. And then the new 3DS, which I'm not going to sit here and pay. It's not a given that I'm gonna like the game, and I'm not going to sit here and pay like $200
and not only that, like, the 2DS is $200, which is still ridiculous because it doesn't come with the power cable.
Wait,
so you got
the
power
2DS
cable.
Is $200?
Not 2DS. New 3DS. My bad.
Okay.
The new 3DS is $200. Doesn't come with the charge cable still, and you still can't get the regular size ones unless you're in Japan. So you have to get the XL, which isn't a big deal because I like the XL, but it is still bullshit that you had to buy the power adapter because, like, let's say you wanted to sell your 3DS, right? Let's say you're like, oh, I want to sell my 3DS to get the new 3DS. Well, GameStop won't take the 3DS unless it has the charge cable and everything, Yeah. So you're kind of screwed out there. So then you end up having to buy a charge cable anyway, and then there's only one. I'm probably wrong about this, but is Xenoblade? So I'm not even gonna say it, but. Is Xenoblade the only game that that the new 3DS requires?
I'm not an authority on this or anything like that, but that's the only one. That's the only one.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is I don't want to say it is the only one because I don't really know too much about that, but that is the only game I've heard of that is worth getting for the new 3DS and whatnot. So I don't even think it's worth it, man. I would just wait for the next one to come out or play the original. See if you can find it super cheap. Play the original on your Wii U, because doesn't the Wii U play Wii games?
That's true. But I don't like using the Wiimote, so.
Oh, okay. I've never played the games either. I've only seen trailers and whatnot for both of them, and the gameplay looks really fun. But if you have to swing your arms around, I'm not about it.
No, well, I don't think they have you swinging your arms around necessarily, but I don't know. On to the next news.
Yeah, on to the next.
Hitman has been delayed to March 2016.
Oh, man. Everything's gone, man.
Well, Hitman
it's good, though. I think that's a good thing, but...
Hitman was originally supposed to come out December 6th, I believe. And, which wasn't a bad spot for it, per se. But I think it works out better for March. It works out better for me, anyways. Although, now it's closer to XCOM. XCOM 2, but oh well, that'll be fine. I think it's better anyways because I got so much stuff coming out anyways. Like Hitman would have came out like 2 days after Xenoblade, so it's like would have hit me in the wrong spot there. But
yeah,
so I think this is overall a good thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Delays are definitely a good thing out. Although sometimes it worries me though when things get delayed because that means either. See, I think these games are getting delayed because there's so many other games coming out. But whenever it's like a game that's getting delayed because it's broken or something like that, I start to get worried because, you know, for instance, the Order 1880 whatever was supposed to, or was delayed like a lot, you know what I mean? And it was broken and like all these problems. And then, you know, it finally came out and it wasn't that great. And I mean, I heard it was like fundamentally like working and like things like that, but you know, like short story and no replay value and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And same thing with like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what else was delayed and then ended up being shit, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head. But it worries me a little bit, you know?
I guess. I mean, it doesn't really worry me much, especially since it's only like a couple months.
I think they're honest. I don't know if these games are broken, but I think they're honestly all getting pushed back because of games like Fallout 4 and stuff coming out at the end of this year and Halo 5 and all these juggernauts are coming out. Why in the world would you compete?
It generally happens every holiday where like, you know, there's a lot of games coming out and then eventually like they'll push it back and it just kind of look like, you know, usually it's because they want to avoid some of the juggernaut releases.
Yeah, exactly. Like why did they think that Tomb Raider was going to come out at the same time as Fallout, you know?
Yeah,
that would have been the biggest mistake ever.
You definitely don't want to be around Fallout unless you're another like.
Unless you're like Halo or like Call of Duty, where people are going to buy it regardless.
Like Battlefront comes out a week after Fallout.
That too, like yeah. So basically, if you're a Battlefield game, which Battlefront's basically a Battlefield game. So unless you're like Battlefield, Call of Duty, Halo, or like something else that's huge, or like Uncharted, let's say, then you know you're not gonna compete with Fallout.
I mean, you got to have the name recognition, the brand. I mean, you know what I mean. You got to be a juggernaut. So
yeah.
Next, we have Age of Mythology is getting a new expansion, 13 years after release.
Whoa, dude, that's real old school, man. I loved that game when I was a kid. I used to play it on my dad's computer, and me and my brother would both play it on my dad's computer, and it was definitely a lot of fun, man. I used to like those like Age of Empires, Age of Mythology type games. So that's really cool. I know they came out with that HD remake like a year ago or something.
Yeah, I'm assuming that it probably piggybacks off that.
Yeah, I mean that would be awesome.
Let me see here what exactly this entails. But yeah, it's pretty interesting that 13 years after release. I guess it's because everyone really likes Age of Mythology. You know, it's
that was my favorite. Out of all the Age, even more than Age of Empires 2, 3. Like Age of Mythology was my favorite, man. It was so much fun. You get to pick your god and everything. And
I've never played Age of Mythology, but I'm guessing it's because of most likely the extended edition they came out with probably sold well enough that they're like, we should make an expansion.
Yeah, I mean that's really cool. Even if it is 13 years late.
Wait, did they create an expansion for Age of Empires 2 as well? What?
I know they came out with the HD remake of Age of Empires 2. But I don't know about any expansion.
They came out with a Age of Empires 2 expansion.
Huh. That's pretty crazy too.
And that was 14 years since the last expansion.
Yeah, that's really crazy.
I don't know. And I guess they're doing the same thing with Age of Mythology now, where they're coming out with an expansion for Age of Mythology.
I don't know why they're going to come out with an expansion. Why not just make a second one?
It's called The Tale of the Dragon. It looks like it brings in like a lot of Asian mythologies.
That's really cool. I might have to check that out. Is it going to cost? How much is it going to cost? Does it say? Or
that is a good question. I don't think it does say.
Because if the price is right, I'll buy it.
My guess it'll be something like $5. I mean, I can't see.
Yeah.
The game's probably like $20 normally. I can't see them charging more than $5.
Yeah, true.
Next we have the Kingdom Hearts 2.8 has a little bit more info.
Here we go again. I still can't believe this game doesn't come with Kingdom Hearts 2. That blows my mind.
From my understanding, the third game in the bundle is kind of a sequel to Birth by Sleep, right?
The third game in the what do you mean? Like Kingdom Hearts 3 or like the third game that was in that bundle?
In that bundle, 2.8.
Oh, okay, yeah. There was a sequel to Birth by Sleep that only came out in Japan or something, right?
No, it's not out yet. It's going to be original content.
So it's just original.
Yeah,
and it's coming out on PS4. Does it have like a PS4 engine and shit, or
it's going? From my understanding, it's going to be using both engines or something like that. Like it's part of the game is going to be in the new part of the game is going to run. I don't know all the details, but they said it's going to use at some point or as part of it the engine for Kingdom Hearts 3. And they said part of the reason is because they want you to get a feel for what Kingdom Hearts 3 is gonna feel like.
Gotcha.
What it's gonna be like, and so,
I mean that might make it worth it in itself to see the new engine and everything.
And then from my understanding too, it's not like a full game. It's like a short sequel type thing, like a short episode. They actually refer to it as a brand new short episode.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting, I think, and that kind of explains why. Because in the last podcast, I was kind of wondering why it wasn't coming out in the PS3 and the Xbox 360 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or PS3 rather, not the 360. And that kind of explains it if they're going to be using that. And apparently, it says Epic Games is assisting with the game's development using Unreal Engine 4. So does that mean is that what Kingdom Hearts 3 really is running weird. On Unreal Engine 4?
That would be really crazy. I mean, I doubt it, but that is really weird for a Kingdom Hearts to run on Unreal Engine 4. That doesn't make sense to me, but I mean, I guess it would look really cool. and it's something, I don't know.
And he kind of explains the naming of it too, the 2.8. He talks about how the reason they named it 2.8 is because each game kind of explained like where they were at. So when Kingdom Hearts 1 came out, it was 1.5 because it was the first game,
and then the stuff then it came right after Chain of Memories or whatever.
Exactly. And then obviously Kingdom Hearts 2, and they added a whole nother one part in there. They got to the point where they're at. They got to the point where they were at 2.5. Like that's where they were at in terms of the story. Was they were at 2.5, and then they feel like they've kind of gotten to 2.8. This is where they're at in the story before they hit 3.
Gotcha.
And so it's kind of gauging, okay, this is where we're at in the story. And,
I mean that's really cool. Still wish I could play Kingdom Hearts 2 on PS4 though, but I mean,
yeah, well, everyone's got to make everything difficult.
I know, right? Somehow I have to dust off my PlayStation 3 and hook it up.
Yeah, I sold all my stuff, so. Next, we have Shenmue 3 is having another Kickstarter.
Oh boy, a second one. What happened to the first?
Kickstarter. I guess that they didn't get enough money or something. I don't know. I think it's all fishy.
There's no way they didn't get enough money.
No, it's BS. They got enough money. They passed their thing, and now they're asking for more money. It doesn't make any sense because they basically said, I don't know exactly what was said, but it seemed like they had said, or at least implied, that Sony was going to help fund the rest if they met the Kickstarter goals, and it was mainly just to show, whether there was interest in the game. And it seems like now Sony doesn't even want, so they just want, it seems now that Sony just wants, the benefits and none of the risk of releasing Shenmue. They don't want to fund it, but they want the sales and the notoriety of releasing it. And it's retarded. I think it was already silly to begin with. There was a Kickstarter announced at Sony's press conference. That's retarded.
Yeah, because I think I remember last time I saw it, it was like 6 million,
yeah,
something around there.
And now,
so I'm like, what the hell is going on now?
Now it's another Kickstarter. It doesn't make any sense to me, especially since they actually took out the PC the PC version as a backer thing, like the people backing the second Kickstarter, and they all kind of gave these workaround answers, we're whatever. I don't know, talking to people. I don't know, but
no, I hear you.
It's retarded. Now it
this
just
is a
seems
little
like
out of control.
I wouldn't trust it at all. Like I wouldn't
Yeah.
trust that Shenmue 3 is going to be any good at this point. If they're not getting any funding.
Because
So.
I was about to say, I don't think they reached all their goals, did they? Because I don't know how much they were asking for, but I just remember last time I checked, there was a lot of goals, and it was like 15 million or something like that. It was like the final goal where you get like, and now like what? They're just not going to put that stuff in the game.
I think they're just trying to reach that goal again or something. Like
Gotcha.
reach because they only what they made. I don't know how much they made. How much did they make in the first one?
Like 6 million.
Yeah, and so I think they're just trying to reach 15 million or something by having another Kickstarter. I don't know. I don't like it.
Really weird. I don't like
think-
it. And I'm not even a big Shenmue person. I used to have the game a long time ago on Dreamcast, and like I remember playing it and thinking that this was the dumbest fucking thing ever. And like I had to help like some girl find her cat or some shit. And like I don't know, because I only had 2 games for Dreamcast. I had Shenmue, the first one, and then I had Soul Calibur, the very first Soul Calibur. And I would just play Soul Calibur over and over and over again, and I never even bothered with Shenmue because I had no idea what the hell was going on.
Oh,
The game was so confusing.
Speaking of another Wii U game that that I think you might be interested in is the Fatal Frame. That's coming out this year.
That's right. Fatal Frame.
So
that's
you got
right,
Fatal
that's
Frame
right.
and
I
Xenoblade
forgot about
coming out
that.
this holiday.
That's true. I don't know about Fatal Frame though. I'll have to see about it first before
Uh-oh.
I end up buying it or anything like that.
Uh-oh. Okay, so do you want to just jump right into new game releases?
Yeah, sure. Let's jump right in.
Okay. Well, actually, wait. I still got some more. I forgot. I still got some more news. So,
All right,
Kon-
what is it?
Konami has come out and said that they are no longer making any big budget games except for Pro Evolution Soccer.
Oh yeah, I heard about that as well. Yeah, that's so weird. They're not even making a new Metal Gear, right?
No new Metal Gear, which is, I think it's fine. I think this probably should be the end of Metal Gear, at least the main story. And without Kojima, it's not going to be the same. And the thing that worries me is that I don't like Fox Engine's such a great engine, and now we're probably not going to see anything else with it. And 2,
That's right.
all their
You're
franchises, there's still, there's still potential for Metal Gear spin-offs. There's still potential for like you're not gonna see any more Castlevania. It's I hope that they sell off these IPs.
Well, I know the normal dude that makes Castlevania. Shit, what's his name? Inafune, I think.
I don't know, but
that
he's
who I'm
making that
thinking
Kickstarter.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's making that Kickstarter game that looks just like Castlevania.
Yeah,
So
that's probably gonna be a good game. So.
I probably got his name wrong, but whatever. I know
Um,
he's making that.
But then you have and then if that's not bad enough, you have the controversy over Pro Evolution Soccer because on the PC version, or they lied about the game on Steam because on the Steam they show screenshots of like the PlayStation 4
that's the
version
worst
and
thing
the
you can
Xbox
do.
One version, and they released the PC version's a port of the 360 version, and it's capped at 30
What?
frames per second.
What? That's dumb. That's really, really dumb. Why in the
Konami
world would
does
you
not
do
care
that?
anymore, dude? Konami does not care anymore. It's like they don't even realize it's like you can't trick people like that anymore. Not on Steam. Not with refunds.
They probably don't even care because I know they make so much money in Japan just off of like other shit.
Yeah, like
So-
pachinko machines and stuff.
Yeah, so they probably just don't even give a shit anymore. They're just like, whatever, fuck it.
It's just disgusting when you see like a company just be so shitty.
Nonchalant about it and just
Yeah,
not
they're
give
like,
a fuck.
oh, this is kind of what you built your company on. This is kind of what you're known for, Yeah, and especially Kojima. Kojima kind of, kept that company afloat during the last.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, wow.
Because I don't know about you, but whenever I think of Konami, I instantly think of Metal Gear. So
Yeah, exactly. And they just threw him. They threw him out like he was a fucking wet rag. But
yeah, basically.
but anyways, so back to new releases. So we have
Yes. What we got?
Skylanders Superchargers for the PS4, Wii U, and Wii.
Oh boy, more Skylanders is exactly what we need.
That's interesting. That is that already out on the Xbox consoles, or is that an exclusive to everything but Xbox? Looks like it's already out because it says that it's out in the other stuff. So maybe it's just a late release or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Then we have Templar Battle Force for the PC. This is a turn-based strategy RPG where players create their own unique battle forces by recruiting different Templar specialists. Sounds interesting.
Never heard of that.
Check it out and see what that's all about.
Never heard of that. That does sound pretty cool, though.
Then we have Soma for the PC and the PS4.
I still want to play that.
I actually kind of want to play that myself.
Yeah.
Because from what I hear, it's not as scary as Amnesia, but it's got a way better story and it's way more like psychological. Like it's gonna make you like like stop and think, and it's gonna have like twists and stuff that it's gonna be like, whoa.
Yeah. I mean that's cool. I mean I prefer it with more horror, but I mean
from what I hear, it's still it's still a horror game. It's still scary.
Yeah.
But it's more atmospheric, I guess. From my understanding, it leans a little bit more BioShock, except a little bit more horror-y than BioShock is.
And probably more puzzles and stuff, right?
Yeah, probably less action-y and more horror-y.
I mean, that's cool. That's cool.
Which BioShock was awesome because the atmosphere was amazing. But
yeah, I mean, BioShock's probably one of the greatest games of our time. So.
But we got Afro Samurai 2: Revenge of Kuma Volume 1.
I heard that game is garbage, which is a huge disappointment because
a lot of people
played
like the original.
Yeah, I was about to say I played the original Afro Samurai and I fucking loved that game. Like it had like that, like Metal Gear Rising, where like you're able to control the sword and like you cut people up. Yeah, it was just like that. And like, they must have took that from Afro Samurai because Afro Samurai was the first time that I saw that, and that was just like awesome, dude. And the whole game was awesome, even though it was only like 5 hours long, and I beat it in one sitting. But, and I used to like the anime and stuff, so it was awesome. And then I hear nothing but bad things about this one, so I've just stayed far away because I don't want the original to be ruined.
I'd stay far away if I were you. It's actually funny. Well, it's not funny, but it's interesting. Monty you know who Monty is, right?
Yes. Did he recently die?
Yes, he did. He just recently died, and he was the creator of Ruby and did most of the mocap and stuff like that and writing for it. He actually worked on Afro Samurai 1 and did like the mocap and kind of
did he really
stuff. Yes. That's
awesome. That is awesome.
Next we have the Book of Unwritten Tales 2 for the PS4 and Xbox One. My guess is, I don't know, it looks like a story, like point and click type thing, like Telltale type thing. Apparently the third game in the series. Then we have Racing, weird. Which is a PS1 classic for the PS3.
Nice. Well, I can't wait for them to bring PS1 classics and PS2 classics to PS4. They got to do it at some point.
I'll wait for that stuff to come to the PC. Which it'll never. But anyways, so we got Arcade Archives, Mr. Goemon for the PS4.
The fuck?
Then we have Blood Bowl 2 for the PS4 and PC.
Blood Bowl 2. Nice. That looks all right. I mean, it would have been better if it. I don't know.
I haven't played the Blood Bowl games, but it does have me interested. But the thing that I don't get, I remember reading this somewhere, and I just sat there and went, like, that is ingenious. Like, okay, so there's not the only football. If you want to play football, you pretty much have to like buy Madden, right?
Yes.
And that's because if you go and make another football game, you can't really compete unless you have the actual NFL teams. And obviously NCAA is gone now because of the lawsuits. So
yeah,
why don't they just make like a fantasy version of football that's kind of similar to NFL Street or something?
Yeah,
like I think they're actually doing that now that I think. Now that I think about it, they're making Mutant League Football again. So
they are.
Yeah, they're making a 3D version of that, and
that's gonna be awesome.
A modern version, and it's funny like.
I feel like that's what Blood Bowl could have been, but if Blood Bowl's like this, it's cool, but it's this weird like turn-based
tabletop game.
Yeah, it's like you like do this turn-based stuff, or you try to get the ball to the other side, and I don't know. I think it'd been cooler if it's how you explained it, like like NFL Street or whatever, except with like
Yeah, because I think
beastly people.
A lot
shit.
of people really liked NFL Street too, and NFL Street was
Dude,
it was kind of like
not just
Blitz.
NFL Street, dude. All of the streets, dude. Fucking NBA Street was awesome, dude. That game was so awesome.
And
You ever play that one?
No, I don't play basketball games, but I don't know. That just seems like
great.
a lot of people would buy that. I just feel like a lot of people. Like,
and
if you want to
all of the street games were awesome, man.
It's untapped market. So we'll see with the Mutant League football stuff.
Yeah,
it's actually funny because the it's called Mutant League Football like on the Sega or whatever, but it's called it's because of copyright issues. It's being called Mutant Football League.
Huh.
So next we got Heroes of Loot for the PlayStation Network.
Gotcha. Probably
it's a
more
fast-paced,
indie.
procedurally generated pixel art dungeon crawler.
Yeah, figured as much.
Then you got Puzzle Star Sweep for the PS1 Classic for PS3. You have System Shock Enhanced Edition for the PC.
Ooh, System Shock.
I'm actually curious as to what they add with System Shock Enhanced Edition. Like, are they is the graphics a little better? Like, what's going on here? And
can they be? Wasn't it like all? It was like a pixelized first person, wasn't it?
For some reason, when I think of System Shock, I think of System Shock 2.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
I think this is just like an HD version of the very old
I think
System
so
Shock.
too. Then we have Assault Android Cactus for the PC.
The fuck? Those are really
I don't
random
know what that
words
is.
altogether.
Extreme Exorcism for everything.
That sounds awesome.
This is it's the story of May Barons, an exorcist that rids house of ghosts. But each ghost she kills spawns another that retraces her every move. It's being released for everything.
I mean, that sounds cool. Is it like an indie game? It's probably like an indie game.
It looks
though,
like
right?
a very simplistic. It looks like it could come out
like arcade game or
like
something.
The Nintendo, like not Super Nintendo, but literally the Nintendo. But,
yeah.
Maybe the Super Nintendo. But anyways, so we got Shoot 1 Up for the PC, and the picture looks really weird because it looks like this lady is shooting a beam between her breasts. At people.
Oh man.
It's a unique shoot.
I'm looking at that right now. That's funny. What the hell?
So next we have Weapon of Choice for the PC, and
nice.
this is it's an XNA game, community game available over Xbox Live Marketplace, featuring 4 multiple endings, branching levels, and 7 different characters with different weapons. That's so old. XNA.
I don't know. I was about to say. I think I remember seeing that game way back on 360.
Yeah, this was an XNA game on the Xbox 360. It looks like it's like it came out in 2008. It looks like it's finally getting a PC release.
Wow.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
We got Explosionade.
Explosionade.
Looks like this was also an XNA game that's getting released
Wow.
on PC.
That's awesome.
Then we have
These are coming
3D
out.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the 3DS.
What does that even mean? Oh, okay. So it's
basically
still
Sonic
the
Hedgehog
2D
2.
game,
It's Sonic
but
Hedgehog
you're able
2
to go
except
3D.
with 3D functionality.
Gotcha. I mean, I guess that's pretty cool. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was a dope game.
Oh yeah, it was. They were all dope. And then we got Star Wall for the Wii U.
Yay!
Which Star Wall's great.
That's awesome. Yeah, Star Wall's so much fun.
Then we have Nova 111 for the Wii U.
Nova 111.
The world's first turn-based real-time puzzle game developed by Functronic Labs.
That is a lot of words.
The
First turn-based real-time
pictures look
puzzle
interesting.
game.
It definitely looks different.
In a good way or a bad way?
In a good way. Then we have Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer for the 3DS.
Oh boy, more Animal Crossing. I mean,
And,
don't get me wrong. I used to like Animal Crossing when I was a kid, but I don't know about this one. This seems like a weird one to me.
It's a card game. It's an amiibo card game. It's basically it's an Animal Crossing, except a lot of the stuff has to do with collecting cards outside of the game and scanning them in.
I'm not a big fan of that kind of stuff. Like,
I mean, it's supposed.
Whatever.
I think it's supposed to.
But,
That's
I
the type
mean,
of
yeah.
that's the type of stuff that appeals to kids. You know.
true.
Then we have NBA 2K16.
Nice. I wonder if they finally changed the voice in NBA 2K. Because, like, I don't know. Yeah, never mind. You said you never really played the basketball games, but in them, like, you're actually able to do press conferences. I don't know if you've ever seen that. And like, you know, every single time you do a press conference, your dude sounds nothing like the way he looks, like at all. Like it's ridiculous because it's like the same voice no matter what. So he can be small, skinny, white, black, anything, and he'll still have like that same voice, and it doesn't fit. And I'm just wondering if they, you know, if you're able to pick your voice in this one. That's my that's what I'm curious about. But all right, that's all the releases?
That's it.
All right. So with all these games getting delayed, and I was just wondering if you think anything else is going to be delayed, or just on your whole opinion on delayed games and such. And if you have any predictions on anything else that's going to get delayed.
Well, out
Go
of
right
all
ahead.
the games that are coming out this holiday, I mean, I could see some games maybe getting delayed, but I don't know. I think that the amount of games that have already gotten delayed is kind of what is already going to be. If that makes any sense.
No, I hear you.
I mean, I
For
could
me-
maybe see Xenoblade getting delayed, but no, wait,
Oh,
no.
yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
Xenoblade's already out in Japan, so it may not get a delay. But
I'm thinking, because, you know, Square Enix is still sticking with that Final Fantasy is supposed to come out this year. You know, they're still sticking with it, and I just don't believe that one bit.
at this point, hell no.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way, and they just keep saying it. They're just like, oh yeah, it's coming out this year, it's coming out this year. I don't see it. I think that's not coming out till next year.
No way. Well, on the Wikipedia page says 2016, so.
Does it really? They might have just recently changed it.
Let me see.
But
yeah.
either way, I think delays are good.
August is when they said it was coming out 2016.
2016. All right, that's more believable. That's good. I haven't looked too much into it anymore.
Dude, the game's never gonna
because
come
I'm just
out,
waiting. I know that's how I feel exactly.
I mean, how long ago was it they announced it? Like almost 10 years ago?
Yeah, just about. Along with the first Final Fantasy 13.
Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy, like, never coming out?
I know, seriously. That's
That's
never
called
gonna
bad
happen.
management. I mean, how much money do you think they've lost out of those games, like, being in development this long?
Probably a ton of money, and not only that, now all of a sudden they're starting Final Fantasy VII Remake. So, I don't even know where the hell they have the time to do such a thing, because it's
yeah.
supposed to be the same director for all three games.
Final Fantasy VII Remake isn't going to come out for, like...
I know, ever.
10 years. 10 years. Not until the next consoles.
Really? You don't think till the next consoles?
Wouldn't surprise me.
I wouldn't say that. I would say 2016 for Final Fantasy 15. I could kind of see that, although I'm skeptical.
I think at this point, Square Enix... I consider Square Enix a shit company. Like,
Really?
Like, Final Fantasy 13 was garbage. All of its sequels were garbage. I mean, what if
Tomb
they come
Raider
out...
was pretty good.
Yeah, but that... even though
Well, that's
they're
more
owned
of a
by Square
publishing,
Enix,
right?
it's... Yeah,
Yeah,
they didn't develop it.
Yeah,
And
that's right. They didn't develop it. Then what else did they develop?
Final Fantasy Type 0, I
trying to
heard,
think.
wasn't that great. It's like...
Well, that was a remake of a PSP game, or a remaster of a PSP
but I'm just
game.
talking about in general.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the last good Square Enix game that I remember playing is Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core on PlayStation Portable.
I mean, whoever the
other than
director
that-
is who's directing all these games needs to be fired. Like, he's probably lost them so much money.
I know. Well, I really didn't like 13. I know you didn't really like 13. I'm trying to think of what else came out. Oh, well, I did like Final Fantasy 14. I do play the MMO of Final Fantasy 14. But other than that, man, yeah, these Final Fantasy games, like now, I don't know. Like it used to be like when Final Fantasy games were coming out, like everyone would be so hyped and so excited. And now just no one cares anymore, man. And they did it to themselves. So, sucks to suck, I guess.
Yeah, everyone, you're gonna sit here and eat up Final Fantasy 15 as soon as it comes out.
I mean, I probably will, just because I don't know. I don't even know why, but something
I mean,
deep
it's your
down
money.
inside of me is excited. I'm excited. Deep down, I'm excited, but at the same time, my rational brain is like, "You're gonna get fucked." But But oh well. So I guess we can go ahead and end it here. Pretty short podcast today.
Yep.
Got places to be, got things to do. Next week we should be basically back to normal. Hopefully have a third person again. And everything should be good. So thank you all for listening. Have a good week.
Later.